here today with South Dundas Recreation to bring you your February at-home workout. Today we are going to need no equipment, just yourself. You will need a piece of paper and a pencil to keep track of your burpee reps. And if you'd like maybe a mat and maybe a box or a chair if you want to modify your push-ups or your burpees. So I'm going to take you through the warm-up, the workout, and the cool down. So let's get started with our warm-up. We're going to make our way down to the floor on hands and knees, or just the knees. So feel free to roll up the mat for extra cushion under the knees if you're on a hard surface. We're going to bring the left foot forward with the right knee down on the floor. We're going to start with a hip flexor stretch. So we're going to reach the arms up, drive the hips forward, and then coming out. So as you push the hip forward by squeezing that glute, you should feel a light pull in the front of the hip. One more time. And then we're going to reach side to side. So feeling that oblique stretch. And you can really push the hips all the way over to one side, all the way over to the other side. One more time. Coming back to center. Now, whoop, we're going to rotate opposite hand, opposite hip. And you're gonna feel, if you fall over, that's fine. It is a little bit of balancing. And again, just let the hips be loose, lots of movement, doesn't have to be stiff. One more on each side, and then we'll come back to center. So from here, we're gonna heel toe the left foot out a little bit. Both hands come down inside of that foot, and we're gonna straighten that back leg. Now we're in our deep lunge. So from here, we're gonna push the hips back. So I'm straightening the front leg, straightening the back leg, and then I'm gonna bend that left knee, driving the hips down. So I'm pushing back and down. Now if you can't get both legs straight, no worries. Push back until you feel that hamstring stretch in the back of the leg, and then come back down. And then we're going to hold. So my left knee is bent, that back leg is straight, and then I'm going to take my left hand, open up towards the ceiling, maybe the hand, maybe the elbow comes to the floor. And we do it again. One more time. And then we're going to come back onto hands and knees. We're going to bring this right leg up. We're going to come up, hip stretch other side. So again, we're going to start by reaching the arms up, pushing the hips forward, coming in and out. One more time. And then we're going to reach side to side. You can work with your own range of motion. If you can't get quite all the way to the floor, that's okay. And if you fall over, that's okay too. And let's come back to center and rotate opposite hand, opposite hip. One more time. And back to center. We're going to heel toe that right leg out. Both hands come to the floor. We're going to straighten the back leg. And then again, we're going to push back and bend the knee and drive down. Again, if you can't get this leg completely straight, that's okay. Just push back till you feel a light stretch and then bend the knee. Keeping it dynamic, which means we're going to keep moving. And then we're going to bend the knee in, hold, and that right arm's going to come up, hand or elbow to the floor, and coming right back up. So trying to open up the chest, Get some movement in your thoracic spine or the middle of your back. One more time. Both hands to the ground. Let's go back to hands and knees. And then from here, we're gonna lie all the way down on the floor. So my chest, stomach, lying on the floor. Hands are next to my chest in a push-up position. Then from here, I'm gonna dig my knees down and I'm gonna try to lift my hips and chest at the same time, coming up to essentially a push-up from the knees. Then I'm gonna go to my toes and we're gonna walk our hands back to our feet and stand up. And then we're gonna walk out with a drop and we're gonna do that a couple of times. So we're gonna reach down for the floor. You can bend the knees if you need to. Walk out to a plank, go to the knees, lower the chest to the floor. Take a moment here, you could lift the hands up, put them back down, lift up to the knees, toes, walk back in, stand up. Let's do that 2 more times. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can lower right from the toes, and then you can lift up from the toes and walk in. So we got one more time. Again, if you want to do this one from the toes, you can. If you want to go back to doing it from the knees, you can do it from the knees. Perfect. All right, so from here, we're going to come back down to the ground one more time, this time on our back instead of on our stomach. And we're going to lie down with our knees bent 90 degrees right up over the hips, arms by our side. So then from here, we're going to curl the shoulders off the floor, belly button drives to the ground, low back is glued to the ground as well. And then we're going to bring the arms up over the shoulders, so in this dead bug position, and we're going to lower right arm and left leg, and then come back. Lower left arm and right leg, and then come back. And keep going, back and forth, opposite arm, opposite leg, nice and slow. When you extend, try to keep that back on the floor, abs engaged. One more on each side. Last one. And rest. Perfect. All right, let's make our way back up to standing. And from here, we're going to go for a deep squat. So if you have a hard time with this, feel free to not do it. You can just practice getting down as far as you can and coming back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the feet squat position just outside the hips. We're going to make our way all the way down to the bottom here. So we're just hanging out. It's not an active position. I'm just passively sitting into the hips. So it's a good stretch for the back of the hips. We can bring the elbows inside of the knees. We can even butterfly the knees out and in. Make sure the heels are on the ground. Try to avoid being up on the toes. And then we're going to cross the arms. We're going to lean onto the right thigh. And we're going to get an ankle stretch here. So we're working on ankle flexion. So I'm using the weight of my torso to try and get the shin closer to the top of the foot and stretch out that Achilles tendon. So your shin will never touch the top of your foot unless you've broken your ankle, so don't worry about that. As long as you feel a light stretch in that Achilles tendon, that's all we're looking for. And then we're going to switch sides. So I'm leaning onto the left. Try to keep that heel on the floor. Hanging out here. Let's come back to center. From here, we're going to try to stand up. So we're going to scoop the hands up like we're blocking out the sun. Keep looking at the backs of your hands. You're going to put pressure into your heels and push down like you're driving the world away from you. Standing tall and then shaking that out. So from here, let's go for some tempo squats. So we're just means we're gonna do a squat really slow. So we're gonna take our heels, place them just outside the width of our hips, toes turned out comfortably, 20, 30 degrees. Play around with this position. Depending on the structure of your hips, maybe you're gonna have a wider stance, maybe you're gonna have a narrower stance. Maybe the feet are gonna be turned out a little more, a little less. Find what's comfortable for you. Everybody's different. There are general guidelines, but each person has their own unique sort of squat footing. So from here, we're gonna bring the arms up. So again, like we're trying to block out the sun, and we're gonna squat really slow. So we're gonna initiate the squat by breaking the hip back, pushing it, and then we're gonna pull the hips down until the crease of the hip is to or below the knee. Maintaining that lumbar curve, and then we're gonna push through the heels, stand up, get a good squeeze, and lock it out at the top. So let's do 5 really slow. So here we go. We're gonna sit down and back, pull the hips down, pause, feel that tension in the legs, and then push through the heels. 1, down slow, pause, feel that tension, push. 2, pull down, push up. 3, you got it, hang in there. 4, one more, pull the hips down, hold, push, back up. 5, perfect, shake that out. And then let's do some big arm circles. And let's go the other way. And then let's go for some hugs. And last thing we're gonna do is gonna be a little T raise. So we're gonna sit back into the hips. We're gonna have straight arms, thumbs are gonna turn out, and then we're gonna lift out to make a T and pinch those shoulder blades together and then come back down. So let's go for 5 reps. So here we go. 1, 2, good pinch at the top. 3, 4, and 5. We'll hug that out again. Okay, so we're gonna finish our warm up, just getting the heart rate up. We're gonna do 20 seconds of each move. You're gonna wanna have, if you like to elevate the burpee, you can have your bench or a chair handy. So we're gonna start it off with jumping jacks for 20 seconds. So in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Option 1 is to step side to side. Option 2 is to jump. Keep going, we got 10 more seconds. And let's switch this for high knees. So option 1 is to step. Option 2 is to jump. And let's switch that for butt kicks. Again, option 1, step. Option 2, jump. Hang in there. And then we're gonna go option 1, burpee. So we're gonna bring our hands to our chair. We're gonna jump or step back, jump or step in, stand up. If you'd like to continue doing this, you can. If you want to go to the floor, you can do that too. We'll squat our hands down, jump or step back, jump or step in, stand up. So we're doing a sprawl, just jumping back, jumping in, standing up, maybe going from the floor, maybe going from your elevated surface. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2. Perfect. And hopefully your heart rate is up, you're feeling warm, and you're ready to go. Whew. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. We're going to do 5 rounds of 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off. So minute 30 on, minute 30 off. And in that 90-second time frame, you're going to complete 7 sit-ups, 7 push-ups, 7 squats. With the remaining 90 seconds, whatever time is left in the 90 seconds after doing those 3 moves, you're gonna AMRAP burpees. So as many reps as possible in the remaining time of burpees. So that's what we need our piece of paper and our pen for. Once that 90-second interval is done, while we're taking our rest, we'll write down how many burpees we were able to do. So through these 5 rounds, we want to see consistency. So if you were able to do 10 burpees in round 1, I'm hoping you're going to be able to do 10 burpees in round 5. So try not to go too hard out of the gate in round 1. Pace it out, because you've got 4 more rounds to go after that first round. And I want to make sure each subsequent round is just as good as that first one. So first thing, let's just quickly go over our sit-up, our push-up, our squat, and our burpee. So the sit-up, push-up, squat, we did last month. So this is a nice repeat of those skills. And then the new move is the burpees. So the sit-up, option 1, legs straight, arms overhead. You're going to come up and reach for the toes. Option 2, knees bent. And you're going to come up, chest to the knees. Option 3, cross the arms over and take out the momentum of the sit-up. So then with our push-up, again, you can elevate your hands on a countertop, chair. This is option 1. So we're going to lower our chest to our surface and back up. Try to avoid having the bum up in the air or the hips sinking. We want to tuck the bum under, squeeze the glutes, chest to the box and back up. If you're going from the floor, same deal. Try to avoid bum up in the air. We want to walk those knees back, shift your weight over your hands, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, zip the abs, bend the elbows 90 degrees, and push back up. So it's a hinge at the elbow. And then the same thing from the toes. And then squats. We just did those in our warm-up, so it's going to be just outside hip width, chest up, hips pulled down. If you don't want to have your arms up, you don't have to. And then burpees. So this is our new move. Option 1, burpee. You can do kind of what we did in the warm-up with the sprawl. Hands to an elevated surface, jump or step back, jump or step in, stand up. Then you can do the same thing from the floor. If you can squat your hands to the floor, maybe you're going to step back, step in, stand up. Maybe you can jump back, jump in, stand up. Maybe you want to add the drop to the floor. So the full burpee is to jump back, lower all the way to the ground, jump in, jump at the top. So it's finding that nice flow. So you can, so again, it's a jump back to the knees, to the chest, knees, feet, in and up. So in real time, it's going to be very fast. But again, if the full version is a little bit much right now, you can modify by elevating the hands or taking out that drop to the floor. Just do the sprawl. Jump back, jump in, stand up, or step back, step in, stand up. Okay, so here we go. We got 5 rounds. Whew, 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off. We're going to start it off with 7 sit-ups, 7 push-ups, 7 air squats, and then AMRAP burpees for whatever time is left. So 3, 2, 1, sit-ups. Here we go, round 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to be moving pretty fast. If you're not as fast as I am, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that leaves us with 45 seconds to do burpees. And do as many as you can in the remaining time. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 6. So I'm at 10. I got 8 seconds to go. And rest. Perfect. So I managed to get 12 burpees in, so I'm going to write that down. So in round 2, I'm going to aim to do the same thing. I'm going to try to get 12 burpees done. So it might have been a little ambitious, we'll see. So we still have a minute to rest. So now, as we go through this, you do not have to follow at my pace. If you're faster, go faster. If you are just starting out, and especially if you're modifying, you might be a little bit slower. You might get a little less burpees done. That's perfectly okay. Go at your pace. I'm just here to motivate you, guide you along, keep you company, and have fun. So we still have 35 seconds of rest. So round 1 out of the way. 4 more to go. So again, really building off of last month with those sit-ups, push-ups, squats, and then adding in the new move, our burpee. Whew. All right, back at sit-ups. Round 2. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then push-ups. Seven, and then 7 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. And then we're going to AMRAP those burpees. So again, I'm trying to get 12 done, because that's what I got done last time. There's 6. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew. So I managed to get 13 that time. So I'm gonna write that down. Oh, catching our breath. It really gets the heart rate up quickly. So for that 90 seconds or that minute 30, we want to be working at a pretty high intensity. So on the scale of perceived exertion, if we were 1 is doing nothing, 10 is I can't breathe, we want to be at about an 8. So we're working really hard for that 90 seconds, and then we get a 1-to-1 ratio of rest. So we get a 90-second rest. And again, your goal is sustainability across all 5 rounds. We want to be able to repeat what we did in the subsequent rounds as closely as possible. So again, if you got 10 reps of burpees in round 1, anywhere from 8 to 12 in the next rounds. All right, we got 10 seconds, 2 rounds down. We're gonna start round 3. Back with those sit-ups in 3, 2, 1, here we go. 7 sit-ups. And there's 7. Flip it over for push-ups. And squats. All right, and then burpees. There's 7. Woo. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Good. Oh my goodness, take a minute and write down how many burpees you got. So I got 14 there. I seem to be going up. Okay. Whew. We're resting for a minute 30. And we got 2 rounds left to do. So hang with me. It can be hard when you have 2 rounds left because you know you still got 1 more after this one. So this round might be kind of where you drop a little bit and then you'll come back up in the last one when you're excited about it being over. And that's okay. It's all part of the process. Whew. Okay, we still got 50 seconds of rest. And then we're gonna go into round 4, starting with those sit-ups again. And again, you're going at your pace and your scaled version of the moves. So if the sit-ups you're doing with straight legs or bent knees, that's fine. Push-ups, maybe you elevate. Maybe you're going from knees or toes on the floor. Maybe those burpees, you're just doing a sprawl with your hands on an elevated surface. Maybe you're sprawling on the floor. Maybe you're doing the full burpee. Again, choose the scale that best suits your abilities so that you can keep moving throughout the workout and get that heart rate up. All right, round 4. Here we go. 7 sit-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push-ups. Those are getting harder. And 7 squats. And burpees. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got it. 13. 3, 2, 1. Oh, rest. So I got that 14 again. I'm gonna write that down. Oh, catch my breath. Sip water. Try to avoid chugging water, or you'll get that sloshing going in the stomach, and that's not fun. That round was spicy. Okay, 1 minute left of our rest. And we're gonna do her one more time. So this last round, if you wanna crank up the heat and really give it all you got, here's where you're gonna do it. Try to get as many burpees as you can. Because then after this, we're stretching. So hang tight. You can do it. We got 30 seconds. So you got 7 sit-ups, 7 push-ups, 7 squats, and then as many reps as you can as burpees. And again, if you've got it in you, go hard, give it all you got, because this is it. If you're just getting through it and you're like, I'm not going hard, that's fine. You can just try to make it through the 90 seconds. Okay, hang in there. 3, 2, 1. Last time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, and squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Burpees. Last time. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, you got it. Almost done. 13, 14, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good job. Oh, catch your breath. And then when you can, write down how many burpees you did. Oh, I got 15 on that last one. That's what I was going for. So I probably could have gone a little faster in my first round, at 12, but then the rest were pretty good. So, oh, that's it. You did a fantastic job. So, take a minute here, catch your breath. If you need to pause the video to take a longer break before we start stretching, please do. At the end of the workout, when we're done stretching, I want you to add up your round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 burpees to get a total for the whole workout. And then if you want, feel free to post in the comments under the video how many burpees you got in the whole workout. And then we can share that with the community. And then feel free, you can repeat this workout again and again and try to aim for, again, repeatability across all 5 rounds. Maybe try to get those numbers up, or maybe aim to, if you were modifying or scaling the movements, maybe try to do the next version of the movement when you try this again in the future as you get stronger. All right, so we're gonna go into our cool down. So we're gonna start sitting. Fingertips by our sides. Let's take a moment to catch our breath. Deep inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, float the arms down, chin to the chest. And again. One more. Keeping the chin down at the chest, we're going to take a big inhale. And on the exhale, we'll roll the chin over to one side and hold. So it's almost like you're trying to smell your armpit. Forehead is pulling to the floor, so you can feel that big stretch in the back corner of the neck. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, roll the chin across the chest. Hold on the other side. Again, sort of driving the forehead towards the floor, feeling that big stretch in the back corner of the neck. And then we're going to bring the chin back to the center of the chest. We'll lift the head up. And then from here, let's clasp our hands behind our back, and we're going to straighten the arms, pulling through the chest, front of the shoulders. And then we're going to release. From here, we'll straighten the legs. And we're going to take that right foot, bring the sole of the foot to the left thigh. We're going to draw up on the toes. We're going to walk down that left leg to wherever you feel a hamstring stretch up the back of that left leg. You can let the back round out here. And again, work with your own flexibility. Maybe you're reaching the knee and you feel that big stretch and that's enough. Maybe you can get the shin. Maybe if you've got long arms and short legs like myself, you can wrap your hands around your foot. And then we're going to walk the hands back up. We're going to take that right knee that's bent. We're going to cross it over the left. So from here, I'll turn so you can see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to wrap my left arm around that right knee. My right hand is going to come behind me. I'm going to get tall. I'm going to look over that right shoulder for a seated twist. So from here. And I'm really hugging that knee towards my chest. And then we'll come back around. And we're going to switch. So we're going to bring the sole of the left foot into that right thigh. And again, we're going to walk down the leg to wherever you feel a hamstring stretch. And again, you can let the back round. Coming back up, let's cross the left over right. Get tall. Right arm hugs that left knee. Left arm comes behind us. And we're going to look over that left shoulder for a seated twist, giving that left knee a really big hug. And then we'll come back around. We're going to lean back onto the hands. We're going to bend the knees and bring the feet just outside the width of the hips. And then we're just going to rock the knees from side to side. And that should feel really nice. Just loosely, just trying to shake out those hips. And then we're going to come up to stand for our last stretch. So you may want to come next to a wall or the back of a chair for balance. We're going to do a quadriceps stretch. So I'm going to reach behind me to grab the foot. And then I'm going to gently press the hips forward as I pull the heel towards the glute or my butt cheek. So you can feel that big stretch in the front of the thigh. And then we're going to release. Same thing other side. So I'm going to grab my foot. And then I'm going to pull the heel towards the glute, gently pressing the hips forward. Try to stay upright. Try to avoid hinging and bending forward. And then we'll release. There we are. Excellent job. I hope you had fun. And we'll see you next time.